Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Let me just adjust this camera. We're back with another one now, and this is one that actually got gifted to me from Simo Sups at the Great British Beer Festival. He gave me 3 beers. One I'd already had, so I just drunk it, and it's a great beer from Rivington Brewery, a double IPA. The other one was a session sour IPA, and it was this one. So this is the final one. So a massive thank you to Simo for that, mate. Much appreciated. Sorry I didn't bring anything with me. I didn't even think, to be honest, but other things going on, as you know. So where was I? So yeah, if you haven't subbed to his channel, go and check out his channel. Give him a sub. Go and give him a watch. Go and give him a sub. But he's a great lad. He's a great lad, and he's been going for a while, and he deserves all the success he gets on YouTube. So yeah, that's it. Let's get on with the beer. So the beer we've got is a biggie now. This is a biggie. I've literally just done a 6.8% Belgian Pale Ale, and now I'm doing an Imperial Stout that I believe is oak cask matured from a whiskey barrel. It's a collaboration between Loch Brewery, obviously out of Scotland, and Northern Monk. Oh God, please, not Northern Monk. Hopefully it'll be good. And it's an Imperial Stout, like I say. And what we've got is a can of their Dead Point Imperial Stout, coming in at a whopping 11% ABV. Nice, plain, simple artwork. It's a 440ml can. Like I say, I can't read everything on the back there if you want to pause it and zoom in, but it says about a single malt oak cask. I think this has been matured in, so we're going to have some whiskey notes in there. Whiskey, not my greatest thing to try, but I will try and review it and be fair and be honest with it, really. So I'm going to get it cracked open. Now, I don't have a Loch Lomond glass, I don't have a Northern Monk glass. I've started to pack some of my glasses up, ready for moving out, as some of you may well know I'm doing. So I've got my Samuel Smith's Imperial Stout glass. Not used that for a long time. That is handy at the moment, so I'm going to use that. So let's get it cracked open. It's probably too cold. I'll be honest with you, it's probably way too cold. I've kind of sort of rushed to... I've just got these out the fridge, but it has been out for a bit, and I've tried holding it under my feet and warming it up a touch, but it probably is still too cold. So let's stop talking. Let's get it cracked open and see what we get. Now, I don't know where he got this from. I'm wondering if this is one that maybe like Lidl had in their thing when they do their craft beer thing. I don't know. Not that it matters, but I'm just telling you. So I'm not going to expect a massive head on this beer. Imperial Stouts, you rarely get a big head on them. Or if they do create a head like that, with the ABV, that is going to disappear, I would imagine, quite rapidly. Excuse me. So, beer in a glass. There we go. It looks jet black to you. There's no light getting through the bottom, but I'm not sure it's actually black. I think that is a really, really deep, dark brown. A tan head on top. As I said, that head has gone in a little bit. Can't really show you, it's hard to tilt it. It's just sort of like a film of tan on top, which is even going even more now. It's just around the edges. So yeah, looks decent. Can I see any carbonation? There might be a few bubbles going up. Filled it up way too high, so I won't be able to swirl it too much, so I'll just go in and have a sniff. Yeah, you definitely get that whiskey there. You're definitely getting, yeah, like the woodiness, the whiskey, the cask aroma on it. Bit of booziness that brings along. A little bit of roastiness going on in the background. I wouldn't say it's massively sort of punching on the nose. I think that whiskey is overtaking everything. The whiskey, the cask, the oak, the woodiness. Touch of smokiness maybe there. But yeah, smells all right. Smells a little bit light on aroma, but there are things going on. So I'm going to stop talking for the last time. Simo Sups, go and check him out. Loch Lomond, Northern Monk, and their Dead Point Imperial Stout, which I believe is an oak cask single malt whiskey Imperial Stout. Cheers, 11%. Oh yeah, you definitely get that whiskey. Definitely get that whiskey. My first impressions on it, for 11%, you'd expect something bigger, bolder, heavier. I think this is quite light for 11%. And I also think the whiskey is very much, I'm not going to say massively in your face, but it's the main sort of taste that you're getting. I think it could do with some other flavours around it. Now maybe as I drink a bit more, maybe the whiskey will disappear a bit, but let's go in and start this review properly. Yeah, body's quite light. I wouldn't say that's a great body on it. It does have a little bit of weight to it, but you wouldn't say that is a 11% beer. For me, that's the sort of body of a good 5.5% sort of beer, or even just a sort of standard 5.5% sort of beer. You do get that tickle of carbonation in your mouth as you drink it. A little bit sprightly. Would be nice not to have that. Maybe it wouldn't be noticeable so much if the body was a little bit heavier. That said, it is quite smooth. That little bit of carbonation doesn't really ruin the mouthfeel as you drink it. You know, if something's really busy in your mouth, you can really feel it popping, and it can ruin a beer in my opinion. This ain't doing that. I'll give it that. There is a touch of oiliness there, but it feels like watered down sort of oiliness. So for me, when you've got a bigger, bolder sort of imperial stout, you definitely sort of get that oily feel in your mouth, whereas you're not really getting it with this. Normally sort of like get a bit of an oily sort of thing around the glass. You won't be able to see that, and you are getting it there, but it doesn't drink like an oily imperial stout. On the toast, on the taste, roasty, a little bit coffee. I wouldn't say there's a massive amount actually going on with the stout sort of flavours. Like I say, it feels just like an 11% stout with not an awful lot sort of going on with the stout side of it. Like I say, that roasty coffee note you get, I can't even say I'm going to get picking any sort of chocolate thing going up. And then you've got that sort of oak cask whiskey thing going on. I mean, on the nose, yeah, you maybe got a bit of smokiness and that, and the woodiness. I'll try and pick that out now if there's any in there. Yeah, I mean, you get that sort of woody side of it. Peaty, earthy. I'm still trying to dig for the smokiness in there. And I can't say I really pick an awful lot of that up, if I'm honest. 11%. It certainly doesn't drink like 11% body-wise. I don't think it drinks like 11% in big, bold flavours. Flavours are there, but they're not big and bold, I would say. I don't think you get that bit of alcohol in there, but I wouldn't say you're really bombarded with too much of it, and I wouldn't say it's too massively off-putting. But I would like to see this beer with a little bit more body, a little bit more oomph behind it to improve that experience and a touch more flavour. It's a drinkable beer. It ain't bad. There's nothing nasty in there. But something like this, you just want to be that little bit bigger. And for me, it doesn't do it for the style that it should be. But like I say, drinkable enough. We'll get the rest in there. I can't see that making any difference, me getting the rest out the can. But there we go. There's my thoughts on Loch Lomond and Northern Monk's Dead Point Imperial Stout, coming in at 11%. You'll drink it, not a problem. Would you rush back for it? I don't think so. I wouldn't rush back for an Imperial Stout like that myself. Just lacking on a few different things, really. It's just lacking all the way through the beer. Pardon me again. So yeah, Give it a try if you see it. I wouldn't personally recommend rushing out and buying it. There's much better imperial stouts out there. If you've had it before, let me know your thoughts on it. Hope you've enjoyed the video. A massive thank you to Simo for gifting me that, much appreciated. Give the video a like, give the channel a sub, it all helps. That's it for this one. Crack on with the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.